Okay, this is Grandma's stretches, and Grandma can do this before her walk and after her walk. And the first thing you want to do is put your hands on your hips and just kind of warm up your hips a little bit. So you'll make a little circle with your hips. Your knees don't need to be tight, but you do want to keep them straight. And after you've done some little circles, do some medium-sized circles, maybe the size of a beach ball. And once you get done with the beach ball, try to do some exercise ball size circles. And if you like this, you can pause the video and just keep doing this for a while. Now at some point you'll want to stop and you want to reverse your exercise ball sized circles. And they will get a little bit smaller to be the size of a beach ball. And they will get smaller to be a basketball size. Now don't go so fast that you hurt yourself, take your time. And in fact, if this is the beginning of your run, you might go slower. If this is the end of your run, you might go a little bit faster. And kind of bring it down to golf ball size, and then you can stop it. And then if you're up for a challenge, you can do figure eights. The challenge of this is to make it work in your brain before it works in your body. And when you get to the middle of your figure eight, you can stop and try doing it the other way. And if you're ever at the dance hall, you can do your figure eights there too. You get back to the middle, and that feels pretty comfortable. So at this point, you really should find a wall because we're going to stretch the front part of your legs. So if you have a wall that feels comfortable, just put your hand there. And
do you want to turn around and then
I want you to see the side of me.
Oh, okay.
So you can pretend that I have my hand on a wall. And this leg is going to kick up, and you might not be able to reach it, but just ever so slowly reach back. And if you grab your pants first, that's okay. If you can get your ankle, that's okay. Or if you can get your toes, that's okay. And just ever so slowly, so you don't lose your balance, pull it up toward your butt and try to stand up straight. Now, if you're doing it right, you should feel it right here in your leg. And it might take a little bit of adjusting before you can feel it there, but once you feel it, you'll notice and you'll be able to do it every time. And just hold it and breathe in and out while you're here, because the breathing helps your muscles tense and relax. And you can let it down over some time. You'll put your hand on the other wall, and you'll do the same thing. Find the place where it feels like it's stretching and breathe in and out. Okay. Now, you can go back to the center of your room and take your legs out just a little bit farther than shoulder length. And we're going to stretch your hips here on either side. And so you're just going to bend over to one side, bend over to the other side. And you can do this at the rhythm that feels comfortable. And mix it up by moving your legs a little bit closer together. And try bending over a little bit farther toward the ground. So this is just what feels good. You're just warming up. If you're coming back from a run, you're just making sure that those muscles didn't get too tight while you were walking. And you'll get back toward your center. Now I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see what my legs are doing. This is going to be a triangle. You keep your feet together. And let's start with your right foot. Take a step forward. And notice that I have a straight leg. And put your hands here on your hips. And you're going to just bend forward on your triangle here. You notice how it's still straight. Keep your chin up when you bend down, and that's gonna really help the stretch. You should feel it right behind your knee, right here. And don't go too low that you can't pick yourself up again. Just kind of hover to where it feels a little bit tight. And stand up and step back and get your balance. And then step out with your left foot. And you'll notice that it's also straight, and you'll notice that I'm just gonna bend on the top of this triangle here. And the place where you set the bend is with your hand, so just set it right there on the top of your hips. And bend so that that leg stays straight, and keep your chin up. And just hover right there where it feels tight. And you can breathe in and out, that'll help your muscles relax and tighten. And if you just came back from your run, that might be hard because you'll be a little bit out of breath, but that'll be good to calm your heart rate down as well. And stand up and take a step here. Now this time, instead of keeping your legs straight on this triangle, you're gonna bend this first knee. And if you need to step out a little bit further, that's okay too. And instead of bending forward, you're gonna put your hand on your butt and push it forward. And if you don't feel anything, just push your shoulders backward. That'll make your arms go in more and your behind. And you are going to feel this in the front part of your hip and on the back part of your lower leg, your calf. So when you come back, catch your balance and step out with the other foot and bend that knee really intentionally in front of you. Put your hands back and push your butt forward. And I can really feel it right here at the front part of my hip, just on the other side of my butt, right here. I can feel it just stretching this way. And I can also feel it at my calf. And I feel it more when I push in. And I stand up and get my balance. And now that should be good. If you just shake out a little bit, you should feel a little bit loose, ready to go for your walk, or maybe you're coming home and your heart rate has come down by slowing down a little bit. But if you want to do a challenge, the challenge for this stretching exercise is called the Covergirl. And you'll know why it's called the Covergirl. I'm going to get down here on the ground and notice that my legs are right in front of me. I'm going to take it doesn't matter which one you do because we're looking mirror image right now. Just push one of them off to the side and take your other leg and bend it up and push it over. Now that I'm using this leg, the leg that's bent is on this side, so I'm going to take my opposite hand and I'm going to push it on the opposite side of my knee. And I'm going to keep turning in that direction. And now I look like a cover girl. And you can push this knee back a little bit and you should feel it in your glutes. You should also feel it kind of in your spine and your back. And I like this one because it protects your knee. Your knee is not getting bent to a place where it shouldn't be bent. It's comfortably aligned, but it's also allowing you to stretch your glutes. Now when you're done with that one, you can put your leg back and put it down. And then just push the other way. Lift that other leg up and set it over here. I was using this side of my body, so I'm going to use my opposite hand and put my elbow on the opposite side of that leg and turn. And again, my knee is protected. And I can push a little bit harder if I feel like I need that today, or I can just kind of stretch softly with my back. And when I'm done, I'll come back and grab my balance. And now the fun part is standing up. All right, I hope you have a good walk, or I hope you had a good one now that you're home.
Stop now.
Now you can stop.